All right. Let's do this, guys. It is Friday the 13th. It's a good day to be a little bit extra suspicious. I know I was. I had my trading pants on today. Can't really see them, but they're really okay, I'll stop it there. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is Solo. Solo is a ticker that we've been seeing coming up on our watch list again and again and again. I've been always a little bit skeptical about this company, and to be honest, I still am. And I would love to hear your feedback. But today, I want to talk a little bit about why I think this company is going to, keep poking its head up. Because going through the financials, it kind of makes sense. I will focus primarily on that in this video, but I'll also be talking about some of the other stocks we traded today, just to kind of give an overall overview, and then I'll obviously talk about some of the other trades near the end of this video. So let's go ahead and go right now into the good stuff. Ooh, boy, that just got bright for a second. Yeah, these are my my November stats. This has been a red week for me. So all the profits came from the first week. We're down like $600 this week. It's a little bit depressing, I gotta say. There's not much to talk about here. We talked about this in the last recap video. Yeah, so here's very quickly. I'll throw in the news near the end, but let's dive right away into Solo. And if you guys don't know Solo, it's this EV company that has been popping up again and again. It's a kind of a single seater. They're really kind of popular, or happy to advocate this kind of solo driving. Drive to the gym solo, drive to work solo, save fuel consumption. I just find it a little bit kind of. I don't know if I can get fully behind this ticker, but at the same time, they've raised a lot of capital, and that's why I think they're going to be here for a while. So let's go ahead and go to their press release. This came out November 10th, and I'll just read a few things that I found quite interesting. And let me know in the video comments below what you guys think, and don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you enjoy the content. So let's go here to third quarter and recent company highlights. They commenced production and successfully delivered the first shipment of Solo EVs in the US. In line with the company's ongoing vehicle outroll strategy, these Solo EVs will be used specifically for high ROI activities, including press events, marketing, retail distribution, test drives, corporate and advertising purposes, as well as fleet demonstration. So it's kind of more of a demo round. They're kind of marketing. It's a bit more marketing. It's not like, they're selling, X amount of these EVs to the US, but they're just kind of getting out the market exposure at this point. Expanding their footprint to 6 high-end shopping centers. So they're looking for those high traffic places. Obviously, they're putting it in EV-friendly cities, primarily in California. It looks like some Arizona places as well. Kind of getting eyes on their product. It seems like that's kind of what's going on here. Let's let people know what this Solo company is. Revealed, let's see, initial concepts for the fleet utility and fleet vision of the Solo EV, which is, okay, this is the important part, which is expected to become available in early 2021. So it looks like, they're trying to get everything ready for actually selling vehicles in, they say early 2021, but we'll see what actually happens here. Let's see. So a big thing about this ticker and kind of what they're trying to advocate is this whole drive solo. So their ticker is Solo, and a really easy way to remember this company when you see it up on the watch list again is, okay, this is that single driving car that we were kind of showing here, and they have a video on their homepage as well. And there's enough space in there to put a few grocery bags as well. So Drive Solo marketing campaign aimed at educating and challenging customers. So this is, sometimes in the beginning of a kind of a new product cycle, you have to educate a customer why they even should buy that. That's, it's something that, down the road, like we have laptops now, we're like, oh yeah, of course you need a laptop. But when computers were still in the in the 90s, it's like you got to tell people why they actually need a laptop. This is why you want to switch to a Mac as opposed to IBM or something like that. You have to educate them. So I get it. I get what they're doing. To reconsider their driving habits, particularly when commuting to work, the gym, or visiting friends. Okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. Let's drive here a little bit, talk about why they're going to be probably around a lot longer. So cash equivalents and short-term deposits here were Canadian company, pretty much $101 million as of September 30th, 2020, compared to $11.1 million as December 31st. So you can see they begin getting a lot of funding being pumped into here. So that's good. Great for the company, raising capital. Nice. A lot of this stuff is, they're up and down in their expenditures or, their profits a little bit. Really not too interesting, I would probably argue. I would really say it's that cash of hand that allows them to be a more interesting pick at this point. There's a company CFO, Chief Financial Officer, sorry about that, Bal Bular, I hope I'm saying his name right, if that's a male, I believe so. During Q3, we increased our cash positions by another $50 million, bringing our total cash and cash equivalents to $100 million in September 30th. That we already know. With our anticipated production ramp over the coming quarters, like they talked about in the beginning 2021, they want to do more production and future plans for the U.S. facility build out. We have created a financial pathway to execute our immediate and longer term goals. That's what I like. I mean, there are long-term goals here. That's always nice to hear. We are in the most financially secure position in our company's history, which is, makes sense. It's a new company, and the $100 million in the bank is nice. Our focus remains on managing our resources effectively and efficiently to maximize results and output for the business and generate greater value for the shareholders over time. Yeah, I mean, as a shareholder, I gotta say, that's really nice. That's exactly what I would want to hear. So that would put me fairly bullish on the company. In the end, you have to kind of think, do I like the product and whatnot? That is kind of for yourself to decide. I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are in the video description or the video comments below. I personally fumbled on Solo today like an absolute... I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. I was, this whole week I've not been on track with my trading. What the worst part about it is, and I'll talk about kind of long-term about this one a little bit, but really quickly, I just want to kind of summarize my day trading today. So this one popped out of the gate here nicely, 22%, had a nice, you can see it on the 5-minute, really good bull flag formation here, even like kind of a flat top breakout. I ended up buying this kind of flat top breakout here. And then I was looking for that break of 6.6, which we got, but I close the position, and then I missed this huge move to the upside. And pre-market today, I was like, if lately, especially November, the moves have been so hot, like a big move like this, rarely we get consolidation, and then second move oftentimes ends up being a flush. So that's why I was really nervous here, and I missed this first move. It's been really tough to trade lately, I have found. I'm not that aggressive of a trader, so for me, I'm more of a dip buyer. I mean, if you're a super aggressive trader, maybe like Ross Cameron, or people that like trading breakouts, this is a little bit more your environment. To me, I have to pivot a little bit more. So yeah, I was accumulating here, and it was showing weakness, and I closed this one out. This was kind of sad, but you got to cut your losses because thankfully I avoid this big dip here. Tried a few more times to break over the VWAP, but it has not been able to make it. It is kind of holding the highs though, okay. And I think Solo is kind of benefiting from the overall EV madness right now that's going on. You can see a lot of these EV tickers are up nicely. KCAC, which is a ticker that we own. Right here, this is a big win today, $754. That's really nice. But yeah, overall, these EV companies are flying. I mean, RIDE up 6% here, FSR up 13%. A lot of people are day trading that one today. NKLA up 10%, but that's always a bit of a shady one. What else we got here? We had a lot more. I think NIO was up quite a bit for a while. They're over $50 pre-market. So yeah, it's been a hot sector. So I think people are just trying to find more tickers like Solo or other tickers that might be not, fully appreciated, like maybe Tesla might be. So in the short term. So yeah, I mean, I think that's why, a ticker like Solo is making a lot of sense right now. And especially with that a huge amount of cash on hand, that definitely is a lot of bullish sentiment behind a ticker like Solo. I mean, you could debate the product. Maybe they're going to realize, and and they're showcasing this 2021, they're going to realize, okay, maybe this is what people like. Maybe people like a two-seater. They can definitely pivot a little bit. I'm sure there's got to be some reasoning behind it. I've only seen a couple videos and whatnot. So I have my own subjective view on this ticker. But yeah, Solo for now, I mean, it's an interesting play from here on out. We have a lot of cash on hand, and let's see what happens with this ticker. We have huge resistance at 8 though. That's what would make me nervous. So you can see here, we've had a failed break to the upside. Here we had a failed break to the upside. Here we had a failed break to the upside. Is this just going to be another one of those failed breaks to the upside? This was an 85% pullback. And then this pullback here, was again like 80 something percent. This pullback here wasn't as bad, 64%. So like me personally, I'd be cautious. I think if I wanted to go long solo as like an investor long term for like 1, 2, 3, 4 years, I would probably be looking for a pullback. I don't think I would buy here at the highs. I would be looking for maybe something around 4, probably below 5 though. I don't think I would buy in these areas. That's my personal take. I would love to hear what your opinions are on this ticker, but that's just, you know, what I'm going to be looking at. This is a weekly chart, so let's go back to the daily chart, kind of zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, it has some really nice rallies to the upside. What I also like about these is this kind of like multi-day runs that we have here. Here we have a multi-day run as well. Just remember, this is a bit of a blow off top, so you know, big question on how well we're going to hold our highs. Also, there's actually less volume here than there is here, which is, you know, a bit of a red flag as well. Yeah, so let's really quickly talk about some of these other tickers we traded today. We traded KNDI. And, you know, just focus here, like focus on where I'm really making the mistakes, because I've been making a lot of really silly kind of mistakes lately. So KNDI, you know, what I liked about this one is that strong moves to the upside. This one actually had these nice little pullbacks. I didn't like the fact that this one was a bit of a slow mover. So this was only a 12% move. And if you're not a day trader on small caps and you're more of an investor or swing trader, you're like, Alex, 12% move, that's huge. Well, as a day trader, you know, we would like to see 12% in like 1, 2 candles. That's why I'm also been a little bit off this market, because we getting slower movers like this. However, you know, when we broke here the 8 with the sell volume not increasing, I was like, okay, I'm going to take a small dip trade on this one. I used smaller size. I don't know. I didn't feel super comfortable with it. Walked away with a small profit there. So that was probably like an okay kind of trade. CBAT. And I'll quickly show you where I've been fumbling on a lot of these tickers. So CBAT, whoops, everything's a little bit slow right now. Man, this is like kills me looking at this. So pre-market, and actually let's just go here very quickly to the post and scroll down a little bit, get a little overview of this company. This is a Chinese electric equipment and parts company, 20 million float. They didn't have really any news today, so I was a little bit skeptical on this one. But you know, we had that really quick, nice first move here, and then it had a little bit of a pullback. But you can see this first move was so aggressive. Like if you're waiting for a pullback in this move, you would have got, you know, there was no pullback. So then we had this kind of dip here, and then it had a nice little bounce. I took advantage of that, but you can see I pretty much didn't walk away with any profits on this, because I ended up buying too soon. And then, you know, it didn't break out high enough. And then, you know, I got flushed out here. So it's just like a little bit shaky. And then, you know, this move here ended up kind of taking much longer than you typically anticipate. And it was 8%. I don't know, like I've been really off lately. Finally, though, I had a nice little breakout trade here, bought another breakout trade here. And then I got kind of stuck here in a breakout that I didn't really trust. And then CBAT at the market open. This is, you know, this is really classic. I'm like, okay, well, you know, now I got to get more aggressive. We've been seeing really aggressive moves. So I ended up buying this pullback at a fairly aggressive spot at 52. Usually I would wait for a pullback toward the 90 EMA, which ended up being, you know, would have been being the right decision. So this was technically a proper trade, but my entry was too early. And then, you know, here I was like, okay, well, let me wait for a proper pullback. We didn't get a proper pullback, then it runs up. And then I almost bought this little bull flag setup here. But I was like, you know what? I've been getting flushed so many times near the end of these run-ups that I'm just not going to trade this anymore. Like I missed the move. This was the move right here. This move, like, yeah, it could have worked, but I also missed that one. So I felt like I was kind of FOMOing into it, and then I was like, I'm not going to trade this. Then it ended up flushing to the downside. So for me today, and this is kind of what I want to really highlight here in this video, if you're day trading lately these small caps, is you got to get aggressive early. I've really noticed that, you know, once the volume pops in here a little bit, the buying is just continuous and it doesn't really dip that hard. So, you know, that's really where I need to start making my pivot. Every day is a little bit different. Every week is a little bit different. Every month has its own little different theme. But lately, for the last few weeks, this has definitely been kind of the growing theme here. So I'm just letting you guys know what I need to work on myself a little bit to get back on track here. That's pretty much it. I'll quickly show you HOFV. This was one of the lead gappers today. Kind of a weird, you know, rehashing news catalyst here. Wasn't a super big fan. I like the 5 million float, U.S. entertainment company. But I don't know, overall this one, you can see here, I try to buy one of these kind of flag pullbacks to VWAP, was looking for a continuation, didn't work, kind of my first loss on the day. Never fun to have a first loss as your first trade. Here was a pullback. This is where you see me getting a little bit more aggressive, but then I was lacking conviction. I was already red on this trade and I sold a little bit too soon, which is fine because it only ended up running to like 97 or so. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a little bit tricky, these conditions lately. So, be careful, get aggressive when you see good opportunity. And then honestly, just don't try to force a position, especially when it's a little bit overextended already. That's really all I can say. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. It's already, that's everything I want to really review with you guys today. If you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to drop a like on the way out. I really do appreciate that. I'll see you guys first thing no, it's Friday. So have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you guys Monday morning for the live stream. Till then, guys, like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao, guys.